Hey y'all, what's up? Okay, so it's been a while since I got online and it's late or whatever. I just woke up and I just decided to get on here and give an update. Okay, so I've been dealing with a whole lot and one of the things that I was told is that with all the black magic and gang stalking and dark witches doing spells to try to isolate you, to people trying to throw shots and just all that gang stalking in general and just being by yourself, what it does is that somebody said they're trying to work on my um heart chakra or whatever, close my heart chakra so that like okay, one thing that I realized like going through all this stuff and kind of like being by yourself, what it does is it slowly starts turning your heart cold. But I've always look at things in a higher perspective. Like I always feel like if I'm doing things and it's just me by myself and okay, if it's just me by myself and I'm going through something, it's just constant backlash, constant this, constant that, nobody really helping. People, throwing shots. I told you everything is done because God is testing not only you. To me, this is just my opinion. God knows me, and He knows that I'm not gonna flip. He knows that I'll never turn to the dark side, no matter what it is. And I just feel like He does that for me to see certain things, or chosen ones to see certain things, and then for Him to test the people around you. And what it does is it makes you tougher. It makes you kind of like not want to help anybody as far as like going over and beyond. Because I told you empaths are naturally like helpers. We love to help. We love the advice. We're loving and stuff like that. But when you by yourself and there's so many people coming against you and you just see, it's like you can really see the devil in people. And it's just like I think, and then this is another thing I want to say. People, as an introvert, people kind of irritate me on another type of level. It's not that I don't like people, because I don't mind like teaching and stuff like that online or something like that. I don't. It's certain types of characteristic traits or just certain type of, I'll just say, personalities that I don't really get along with, as you can say. Like these kind of like affect me on a different level than other people. Like it's like, how can I say this? Like for example, I heard that when it's so many people coming against you and blah 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 blah, and you have something to do and you can't see a way out of it, that means there's something good and God is gonna elevate you or whatever. But it's like the devil tries to do everything in getting you to stop, because you know your character and you know your intentions. So, and you know you're a good person. So when people come against you, it's like you can just see, know that they're devils. Like it's like a example. Like what was this, like 3 days ago? I was on my way home from work and on the train, and these two gay guys. Not that this matters. I'm just telling you these two. Just describing the story. These two gay guys came and sat like 2 seats in front of me. Another guy in the front on the right, a little bit ahead of me, and another girl got on, real ghetto looking girl, whatever, long eyelashes or whatever, and just started talking crap. And to me, it's like people will do stuff and they don't know you, but they do stuff and just say stuff, and it's like they think that, I think in their mind that they think that they want a reaction out of you, or they think that, but in my mind, it's like, and as an introvert in my mind, and not even want to deal with people on a certain level, and then in general, types of people I would never even associate with. It's like when people do stuff like that in your mind, you just be like, they really think I give a flying if about what they have to say. But really, in my mind, I just be wishing that they could just, had a conversation and talk about me like, a couple of seats further away. And I just put my earphones in. It's like people just do certain things, and people may think that it's you're being a bitch, but it's not that. It's like as an empath, as a chosen one, you go through a whole lot of stuff in life, a whole lot of you go through a whole lot of stuff like bullying, or so it's like that's what I'm saying. A lot of things that people do, it doesn't really hurt me to a certain extent. It kind of like when people say certain things, they'll make me want to say something big, but then it's kind of like it's just like people are silly. So that's one of the hard things about being a messenger and a prophet is that when you on a certain spiritual level, you can't be around certain type of people who have an ignorant demonic mind, as you can say. So you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you get, and it's not even just about getting older, because there's a lot of people that's older that's ignorant and not spiritual. But when you know the truth about life and you finally realize that a lot of little silly silly stuff doesn't matter, and you know of what's coming, and you know about the afterlife or whatever. It's like certain little things just be like on a little silly, petty type level, you know? It's like just certain things that people just do. Like, I'm trying to see how I can explain it without kind of like dragging it out. Like, it's certain tarot readers online, and they just say certain things. Now, knowing the certain people I shared on my page, they'll just say certain things and do certain things to purposely be ugly. But I told you guys before, it's the intent that you put out. It's not like what you say, because it's certain times I get agitated, and I'll be like real dismissive of people because it's like I really don't like dealing with. And it's not even people. I don't like dealing with certain people on a certain type of level. So I can be kind of like dismissive when it comes to certain things, like if I don't want to be bothered. But it's like people, they'll just say certain stuff. And it's like they know what you're here to do. That's why I get so hard on readers, because they know your energy. But they'll say certain stuff knowing you watching, and it's like they purposely want, or just one reader or whatever. Now, and it don't care if nobody believe it or not. I know I'm being gang stalked, and the most I know I'm being gang stalked, whatever. And readers who can see it know. But she'll say certain things that are reading like somebody must have schizophrenia because they think somebody following, but you know that somebody's following me, but yet you see it there knowing it. Remember, I'm psychic too. Then it's like she just does like certain little things, and somebody has constantly just talking about themselves, and nobody gives a flying if, blah 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 blah. But you said that, but you know the intent of my channel, but you said that to purposely be ugly because you know I'm watching. That's why I always say you have to really watch what you do. And people can say what they want to say all day, but it's like the intent that you put that out was that you knew that I was gonna watch it and you want to make me feel a certain type of way. So what happens with that is that that's why I always tell people you have to be very, very careful what you do when you have children. And it's not me at all sending nothing out to your children or whatever, but it's like somebody has to pay for that, because it's like it's what I'm saying. When you do certain things, the karma can come back on your kids. It happened to me. My dad was real, abusive and stuff like that. I had to pay for that, So it's like whatever you put out, you got to do. Now your children might end up getting bullied at school, and you don't know why. And it ain't that nobody sending it out, because I'm not gonna do nothing like that. But there's karma. Whatever you put out, you have to get back. It's like, and I'm not even gonna describe the little situation with this neighbor over here that did something. It's like people just do certain things. It's like anybody coming up to me and then I know what I do. It's like I can't really. It's like you can't really relax. You automatically think somebody who coming up to you on some BS, And I don't like to talk about everything, put everybody on blast, but a guy I met the other day, and I knew he was following me or whatever, because I've been online for so long and I get followed everywhere. Anybody coming up to me, I don't care if it's a customer, I don't care who it is, and anything kind of fishy, it's like I automatically just think it's somebody on some bullshit, because I done been cut so many times, and it's not about me being bitter and angry or nothing like that. It's just about I don't trust anybody. If somebody's online watching my platform and they see me and studying me, whatever, especially if it's neighbors, and people come up to me and they be like, "How you doing?" and can't mention a platform, but they know that's what they see me on. Can't be like, "Well, I see you have a platform. It's pretty interesting." Blah 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 blah. Or just in general, you can't say that, but you come up to me like you never seen me, never known me before. That automatically makes me think I can't trust you, cause this is just how I am. If I lived over here and let's just say I was sociable and I see a girl online and she telling truth videos, blah 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 blah, I'm gonna walk up to her and I'll be like, "Man, you're interesting content, blah 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 blah." I'm not gonna be like, "Oh hey, well I'm so and so," or I don't know. That's automatically like people just do like silly stuff. And then I'm very clairvoyant. At first, I know the walls over here thin, but I'm also clairvoyant, which means that when people do certain things, it's like I hear certain things. And people, like I said before, people who don't have gifts, they'll automatically think, "Oh, she's crazy or she's evil." If somebody is associating with me and something is fishy, and it's like, especially if I already know people follow me and people are against me and don't like me, then I automatically know anybody I talk to that they're going to show certain messages that I send to other people. And so it's like, it could just be the person was in this area, but I was messaged me at 2 something in the morning, and automatically that's just a turn off. The old me, like, back, don't care, give a darn about that. Then spiritually enlightened me, I feel like, okay, so you watch my platform online, I'm a decent person, you say I don't associate with nobody, I'm a respectable person, and you decide to text me for the first time at 2 a.m. And at first I was like, should I get online and say this? And I was like, F it now, because the nigga was on some BS and was on a plot plan and then show my messages. So it's like you do certain things, and it's like, and I didn't mean to go off on them, but it's like I just was like, I just feel like it's just, and it's not just black people, but it's like I don't like people that can't be real. And because I never found nobody 100% real that's solid, and I'm not the only real person on earth, but people that just real, it's like they're very rare. So anybody on some petty silly bullshit, I don't look at that as if you're just being immature and childish. I look at it as if you're a devil. And remember I told you guys before, people who are devils, it don't necessarily mean that you have to be on your knees praying to the devil. It's like, look at your characteristic traits. It's another guy online, and he said something real silly in his reading. I responded back subliminally. He said it subliminally. I responded back on my platform subliminally. Then he went into this long rant on his live or whatever, and how do I say this? And it's not just gay guys, because I know gay guys can be kind of mouthy, like females or whatever. Not talking down on gay people, but that's just how they are. They can be real mouthy and you know, and but he just said something that's like, when I be watching tarot readings and I know they subliminally try to say stuff towards my way, it's like my first reaction is get online and just put you in your place. Especially if I know I didn't have no ill intent towards you. But then I'm like, nah, let me let it build, let me let it build. So I'll just let it build. But it just does stuff and then make it seem like you're not talking about me, and like you really think God has enough time to worry about you. You who are you? You're not special. Don't that sound like what the devil would say? First of all, I am a chosen person of God. God does speak to me and speak through me and has me chosen for certain things. It's like there's a story in the Bible of a woman who had an issue of blood, and she had so much faith that if she could just touch the cloth of the Most High, what is the cloth of His robe, that she would be cured. And out of all the crowd, God turned around and looked at her and helped her. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. People just do certain things and just say certain things. That's only a demonic person would say that. And like I said before, people have a very bad misconception of the Most High. They think that God is all, arrogant and almighty, and that's what I'm saying. It's certain people. I don't give a damn if you have millions of dollars. It's like God hears people with a pure heart. He's a spiritual being. He's not a materialistic one. So when people say certain things like, how can a person do this and you don't have this money? How can a person do this? God talking to you and you, because God is a spiritual, highly spiritual being, a pure, perfect. And people, the material world of the world of Satan, they thrive off that. They if you had this, then that means you a God on this earth. You're a God, but on the next earth, that's what I'm saying. People that treat prophet ones and empaths a certain way on this earth are going to be treated the same way on the next earth. It's like if you're not good enough down here, if they consider to be a prophet or whatever, you're not rich, you don't look a certain way, so you can't be a prophet of God. It's like in the next world, you're not going to be good enough to go to heaven or be. And that's what I'm saying. People, they don't think that far. They just really think that this is earth and this is it. The honest truth is, a lot of people are happy down here because it's not. You're not of this world, you're not meant to be happy. The only person that can be satisfied down here on this earth are demons. But and I'm not saying like you can't have little moments of happiness, but it's like, okay, let's just say if you smoke or drink, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, You smoke, you drink, you go out party, whatever you want to do, that's fine. You live your life. But after a while, it's like things start being repetitive. And when you start getting older and being different people and going through different situations, you start realizing that this world is like it's a limit to your happiness down here. In the afterlife, it's no limit at all. It's no pain. It's no sorrow. It's free. It's all love. Down here, it's limited. That's why I really say that I believe that this world is going to be healed. And I always tell people it's going to get really, 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 really bad down here. Bad to the point where it's like and it's not even just about taking the chip. It's just about you're going to get with the new program, the new world order, or that's it. You're going to be outcasted like an enemy of the state. I'm an enemy of the state. Just exposing the little stuff that I went through, even though I'm highly protected, the little stuff that I went through. And it's like you see what they can do. You see my Facebook page. You see how they can block and stop people from coming in and doing all that stuff. You see that they can do that. You see they can silence you. They can try to make you look crazy. They can make it seem like nobody's helping you. I called the police one time when the gang stalking was real heavy, and this guy up here with the BMW and all these guys were circling, and it's like they never came. But That's what I'm saying. God does certain things because He's showing you, I have your back. And when you don't really have anybody to lean on and nobody really having your back, as far as like on a physical realm, it's kind of like the only person that you can trust is God. And God will work through certain people in or certain situations to help you out. So one thing I kind of realized is that when God has a plan for your life, people can try to delay it. They can do whatever they want. And the only reason why you can delay it is because the Most High is allowing you to delay it, to see how far you go, to see your character, to see how long. Okay, let's see how long they gonna keep game stalking. Let's see how long. But if people really knew that what was coming for them, they wouldn't. How do I say this? I feel like people do certain stuff because they don't know repercussions are coming, or they don't believe in the Most High, the wrath of the Most High. They don't believe in it, so it's like that's why they keep going. The fear of the Most High of coming against somebody dead of a certain character, or someone is a prophet, you know what they're to do, you know the truth about them, but yet you do stuff to try to make them look bad. You purposely do stuff to try to throw something on their name that's not there, or you try. That's what I'm saying. You have to really think about the spiritual repercussions of it. It's like if somebody used to be a certain way, God brought them out of there. They had a hard life, tough life, major betrayals, all this other stuff. And it's like you know the character of the person, especially if you've been watching them. You know what they do. You know that they have a pure heart. You know they're good, but you can't find it, so you decide to join in and put something on there that's not there. But it's like even if you do that, the world will see that. How do I explain this? The world will maybe see what you were attempting to do, but God knows the truth. So it's like when you do certain things like that, when you lie, when you purposely try to make somebody look bad, feel bad, whatever, and you know God is calling them to do something, it's like that person's name had to be clear. And not only did their name have to be clear, and God has to lift them up for an injustice that was done, it's like you have to pay for this. Somebody has to pay for it. It's like whenever I leave, and then for a long time, you see those cars every day. You just see them cars doing it, and following you everywhere you go. It's like after a while, what it does is it kind of first it can make you snap because it's like it's meant to make you turn into like a narc or whatever. Just be bitter and mad. Don't want nobody around you. Be angry because you're like it's just irritating. It's like every time you leave, it's a car following you. You talk in your house, you can hear people trying to listen. It's just annoying. But it's like after a while, oh my refrigerator keep making this noise that's supposed to fix it. But every time people do that, and you know certain people that's doing it, and you know you don't like these certain types of people, what it does is it's like it gets to the point where you just start ignoring it, and you just be like shaking your head. Then after a while, it's just kind of like, okay, it's been going on for a year and a half, and these people they won't stop, and God sees that you won't stop, and He already knew ahead of time that you won't stop. So the only thing to make it stop is like a tragic. How do you say it? Not just a tragic accident, but it's like something has to happen to make these niggas just be like, and when I say niggas, I'm just talking about in general, online people that's coming against you, whatever. Something has to happen to show you don't play with God's children. That's why I always tell people, when you a chosen person of God and you're God's child, God has your back. Just like if we think, the reason why I'm so close to God and chosen ones are so close to God is we think the way He thinks as an empath. So if I went through all this when I was down here, just like God went through all the stuff He went through when He was down here, it's like you understand. It's like He would understand me on a different type of level. For example, like if I was to die and everything that I've been through, and I'm a true friend and true chosen one, and I'm highly spiritual, and I don't like devils, and I'm against devils. I'm a light worker. If I was to die and then I was to be in heaven or an ancestor or whatever, and I see somebody after me going through this, it's like, just think about that. It's like you would be enraged, right? So that's why I always tell people in the spiritual world, it's in the spiritual world, you have to think about it. If there's demons down here working against chosen ones, then it's also a high spiritual being, the Most High, and angels who see that and who are enraged. So that's what I always try to tell people. You have to be very, very careful what type of people that you play with. And it's not just me. It's just chosen ones. It's like it's kind of like if I see somebody getting beat up or whatever, and I know the person is a good person, they don't have nobody has their back, and I just see them getting stumped and kicked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's funny, and I go and I kick them or whatever. It's like even if you didn't put it all, you still put your input in. You knew the person's character, so it's like you had whatever those other people doing, you had to pay for that too, because it's the intent of what you did. It's not just like God looks at your heart, as you can say. So that's why I always tell people, you just gotta really, really watch what you do. And God doesn't look at things as if, oh, it's just like a little snarky, silly comment. No, you have to pay for it. There's so many readers that have lied on me, silly people that I've shared on my page and say really silly, demonic type of stuff. One lady, what's fun to say, because I always try to group it all together. One lady was saying something, what she say? They just do certain things. They'll say stuff like, real stuff to make you feel insecure in your reading. And yes, people can make you feel insecure. It ain't about, anybody can have confidence, but certain things that people say, they'll say certain things, and then it'll get you feeling a certain type of way. And then they'll be like, oh, you guys, you wonder why somebody is insecure because they don't see themselves as beautiful because they've been through so much. But you know the stuff that you see. And I know I'm a beautiful person, but it's like they just do like little petty stuff. But it's like you disrespected a prophet, you disrespected someone that God sent. So that's what I'm saying. When people say shut the F up, and I'm not just talking about when I'm online, just talking about my diary, because I can do whatever the F I want to do on my channel. Just like people have silly stuff on their channel about, surgery. I'm not even going to call it silly, but I say whatever the F I want. And then the next person, the next time people disrespect me, I'm going to call out your channels or whatever, and I'm going to put it on my page and timestamp it. So just so, back to back, just so people can see that I just don't be tripping on why I react a certain type of way. So, we can do it with it can, whatever it is what it is. But it's just like people just like do certain stuff. And as an introvert, I already don't like engaging with certain people. And I'm trying to hurry up because I don't want this video to be too long. But as an introvert, I don't mind engaging with people, but I don't, even if it's a group setting, it has to be like highly spiritual people that are empaths. But since I don't really have that, and it's set up that all empaths are kind of like separated and not really close together, what it does is it kind of like, how do I say it without sounding stuck up? It just, I don't like dealing with certain people. And even when people do silly stuff, if it's in my atmosphere, it's like, yeah, it's a little annoying, but it's like, to me, certain things just be irrelevant, especially when people be on petty, silly type demonic levels, because it's just, but it's like you have certain people, it's like you just have to deal with it. I'm just talking about in general. You go to the store, it's like people say certain things to you. I told you, people coming up to me telling me little silly stuff like slow down. If I'm in the store, at the corner store or something like that, it's like, but it bothers me on a certain type of level because it's the way they say it, and then it's like, I know I ain't gonna say that. I don't give a if enough about people to walk up to them and be like, just say certain things, and it's like, that's what I said. I've heard certain readers say that people be trying to make me look like a bitch, and I'm not. But that's all I'm saying is I'm working through it. So it's hard. It's a little agitating with the gang stalking, and people just do certain things. It's no way that I would constantly follow somebody every single day, everywhere they go, watching. Because it's like, in my mind, even if I'm trying to make that person look crazy, it's like people don't see that that's crazy. What it does is, especially if you know a person, it make you be like, oh, okay, I know this person is a psychopath. I can't have them nowhere around me in my life. It's just, think about it. If every time you leave the house, somebody jump in their car and they follow you or whatever, and then, it's like, that's what I say. I don't even see how people can follow you and talk about you and laugh at you. It's like you look at a person, you studying them, and you laugh and you poke in front of them, but can't see that you're the joke to even do stuff like that. And it's like certain people that be talking about you, it's like they can see all this stuff about you, but they can't see themselves for who they are. Like I told you before, that girl on the bus the other day, long eyelashes or whatever, real long, like curtains over her eyes, purple, really short purple hair or whatever, dark skin, short, whatever. And I'm not talking down. I'm just describing her, but it's like they don't see that as a grown as adult getting on the bus just or the train, just saying the silly stuff to try to purposely agitate somebody. They don't see that they look like a complete clown to do that. Two gay guys sitting together, laughing and stuff, and it's like they in their mind. That's what I'm saying. People have a low intelligence level in their mind. They're thinking that they're making you feel bad by purposely saying certain things and laughing or whatever. But in your mind, you feel, oh man, I wish these motherfuckers would just get away from me. Because it's like I don't really give a damn about what people have to say to a negative extent about me. It's just like I just don't want to hear it, and I just don't want to be around it because I'm higher than that, as you can say. Not better than that. It's like I'm all that, but it's just like it's kind of hard to explain. Only certain people who are like introverted and don't really care about certain things don't understand. I don't like a lot of ignorance, and ignorance has nothing to do with color. It's just like the mindset of people. It's like certain things just kind of agitate me that people just do. So I just said it. I was told to listen to some heart chakra music because it'll make your heart not turn so cold. But yeah, people just do silly stuff. It's like I don't understand. If you're interested in somebody, why wouldn't you just come up to them and be like, I see you online, you blah, 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 blah. I mean, instead of like all that plotting and stuff. And anyway, that's all I have to say. And I should put those screenshot text messages on there, put them on blast. But I don't even think I want to do that. Because I already knew that when they got text me or whatever, that he was gonna show people. I just know the way people approach me, especially if I know that they watching me. I already know that they're gonna be on some BS because I know if people gotta come up to me and present themselves to me just like I would. If you do silly stuff that I know I wouldn't do, and then I become aware that you're doing it, then I know you work for the devil. If I'm straightforward with somebody, I want somebody to be straightforward with me. If I'm real with somebody, I want somebody to be real with me. If I'm genuine, honest with somebody, I want somebody to be genuine, honest with me. To a certain extent, like I'll test certain people. Like I told you before, way back, another guy. This is way back. Another guy came up to me and was on some BS, and I knew somebody sent him up to me, and I test him like ask certain questions. But all that testing, really, I don't do stuff like that. People will tell on themselves. When you're highly enlightened and you are closely connected to God, you learn to judge people, especially if you're a chosen one. You learn to judge people and say, okay, they do anything silly. Would you do that? Would you think like that? How would you approach somebody if you know you're a genuine person? And if they don't do that, then it's like you just automatically know they on some BS. So that's all I have to say for now. I just wanted to give like a quick little update. Sometimes like I'll be like, I want to stop, but then it's like if God calls me to do something, I want. And I just want to say one more thing. If you have a problem with the messages, then take that up with the Most High God. If God or highly spiritual beings are guiding me and leading me and giving me channel messages, and you have a problem with that and saying that I'm being stuck up or whatever, then that means that you have a problem with the Most High because He called me to do that. So take that up with Him and just really, really, really be careful with what you say. And people can play all day and act like they all that and they above karma, they above judgment. All right, my video stop. Yeah, people can act all day like they above karma, they above judgment, but you you never know the kind of karma you will receive when you mess with certain people. Certain people that are very, very evil and that, cause a lot of chaos or whatever, and the intent to purposely try to make a chosen person feel bad. It's like they can get away with that for a long time with other people without punishment. Your karma can be very harsh when you mess with your chosen ones. People that have no ill intent towards anybody and you just purposely doing it to be bad. Like I told you, to be evil. Like I told you, it's a reader. And I told you, the one I was talking about would be going back up. I won't say your name. Me, just in general, I'll just say your person's name. I don't care. My page is about exposure. I'll put your video where I felt offended and timestamp it or whatever. I just don't give a flying if. And people can do that with mine. It is what it is. But it's like if I choose to do it, I'll do it. But it's like I just don't want to. I don't know. If I choose to do it, I might do it. But it's like she had a reading and she was like, Aries, there was a tarot reader that was lying on you, and then in the reading she said, the tarot readers, the karma is that they're going to be forced to be amongst each other and see the devil in each other. But when she was reading the reading, she didn't include herself in it because she lied on me too. So she was included in that reading, and then she was kind of shaking when she said it. And so she danced around. I mean, she must have seen something in those cards that made her feel uncomfortable. And people, one thing you have to realize about when you're reading cards, and this is just my, I'm gonna say this is my opinion. recording. I don't have that much space in this phone. It always stops. I have to stop and re-record it. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, one thing you have to realize, and let's just say this is my opinion, but when you do certain things and God can block out the future of what's coming for you. If you like, if you're a malicious type person, you may not. That's why certain readers they go to other readers, because it's like they may not be able to see certain things, but God can block that out. Because remember, regardless of me in general, anybody, God is all. God is all knowing. He controls the universe. He can stop, start anything, give you something, take it away. It is what it is. But it's like you have to really watch. It's the intent, the heart. If you, that's why I get so strongly on readers and just not just readers, other spiritual high beings. If you see somebody going through something and you know the intent, regardless of what other people who don't really know them may speculate, but you know the truth, you can feel the energy, and you still take the time out to throw a jab just out of jealousy, out of hate. And people can say all day, I ain't jealous, I got this, I got that. But you are jealous. If you sitting up there and you know the energy of somebody and you sitting up there trying to be malicious and spiteful for whatever reason, you choose, you don't like that person, whatever. It's judgment for that, because it's like, you know, the heart of that person in your heart is evil, so that's why you intended to do that. People can say those little smart comments all day, just like I can, but it's judgment. That's why I always tell people, the Most High, how He looks at things. And empaths know how to Most High thinks, because we think like him. It's like if you had a child and you saw the child being bullied and you sent the child to do something down here. You trained them and whatever. You told them, this is what I want you to do. And it's going to be some people coming against you, but I got your back. And then you see your child going through this and you know the heart of your child and all these people coming against them. And it's like, but you had the power to do something about it. You want your child to go through so much so so it can strengthen them, but you have the power to come against their enemies and stop them. It's like, that's why I say people that don't really think on a God like level, only chosen ones do. That's why we can explain and talk about God on a deeper type of level. It's like you gotta pay for it, because you know the intent of what you did it. It's all about the intent of what you do stuff. You have a bad day, okay, we all make mistakes, but you just to say something maliciously be evil. It's like that. And let me break this down. I don't give a darn about people talking about that hair and makeup, all the other stuff. To me, that's petty. That's petty. It's like, and I'm going back to that guy at the bus stop or whatever, talking about all that hair. You know, he had to, like I said before, I feel like the devil or people be getting certain people to come up to me and say something. They don't like what I have to say. They don't want me to wake people up, but that's fine. But you don't have to like it. Don't watch it. Whenever you try to stop something that God has called somebody to do, it's like you have to pay for that. I don't care who you are, the richest billionaire in the world. It's like you have to pay for that, because God says in the end, whatever is hidden has to be made known. So when you blocking the truth out and you trying to stop people from hearing the truth, it's like people, they can't, they're not able to know how to distinguish the truth from a lie. So they have to be presented with that. Then they have to make a personal choice to go against it or stick with it. People, they be telling me to shut the F up on it, but they do it subliminally. But they be saying all this, shut the F up. But this why the fuck would you watch something every day? And I'm trying to watch my tone. Why would you watch something every day you don't agree with? That's what I'm saying. It's silly. And people can say, why am I watching? I watch people's channels or whatever just to get enlightened or to hear certain things. All them little snarky comments that shows your true character. And it's like you gotta pay for it, because you purposely did it to hurt somebody. So God is gonna do something to purposely hurt you or your children, or if you don't have children, it's like He's gonna hit someplace that's gonna hurt you intentionally. So that's just something to think about. I just wanted to get on here and say that I don't give a darn about people saying all this stuff about their makeup or you're being deceptive. Do you really think that in heaven the Most High is gonna be like, okay, well, you wear makeup or you wear weave or you wear eyelash? I don't wear eyelashes. I'm just naming stuff. Or you got butt injections or breast implants, so you can't get into heaven because you were deceiving people. I mean, people just do certain things. I'm talking about a satanic agenda where somebody of the opposite gender is purposely trying to mislead people and make them think they're another gender, and they have children and acting like, I mean, they getting children and acting like that's their children. And these are people that are inverted and putting on a smile, acting like that they're acting like that they just worked hard and they got this fame and stuff like that. Totally just not acknowledging that it's straight men that's looking at them, women and men in thongs that are portraying themselves as women. The kids watching, they want to be there, but they're really, it's a man misleading them. And these are Satanists, people that worship Satan, people that practice bestiality, that adopt kids, that abuse. I showed you with that Nicole Austin thing. People just doing all this stuff, inverting their kids, and just making it seem like that God just gave them this money and stuff like that. They're purposely misleading you, but yet you sitting up there throwing shots at the messenger. So that's what I said. It's like you had to pay for that because you know the energy of a person. You know what a person was called to do. You know who's speaking to that person or what's speaking through that person, what spirits, and it's like you're going against it. So you gotta ask yourself, what makes you so mad? What makes you so mad that a person is spreading truth? Is it because you want to live in lies? If you want to tell the truth, then you tell the truth. You have, especially if you know the real truth, you can see the real truth. Why don't you just say it? Especially if it's gonna help people, instead of just getting mad at this. What I'm saying, people just do like silly stuff. I don't give a damn if you don't like hearing what I have to say on my channel about nobody gives a damn about it. You have to give a damn about it if you listen to it. Even if you listening to it just to be messy, you listening to it and have a judgment on it. It's certain people, they have stuff on their channel or they do like little skits or maybe something about a surgery, and I may not find it interesting. I may not go to it. I may skim through it, but I don't just be like, what the fuck would she put something about a surgery on? I don't give a flying F about that. Read the cards. I don't do stuff like that because it's other people that may want to watch that, or you can get some kind of information from it. So that's what I'm saying. People have those little snarky, smart comments. And one girl, like, she, I shared it on my page before, but she be poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear, doing real disrespectful stuff. And she did it a while back, and I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing, or whatever. I'm just not gonna say nothing. But it's like you catch me on the wrong day, and it's like you might get a response that you weren't ready for, and I don't have to cuss you out to put you on blast. That's what I say. If I was to just get on here and just share all the videos that these people just be being so disrespectful and silly on and timestamp it, it's like, but they do it subliminally, but they know that I'm a psychic, they know I'm a messenger, and they know I'm gonna see it. Certain things like people say every time I get on, my comments are full. People here, I don't, it's not about that. It's this, I'm not here for no popularity contest. Yeah, I want my views to show up. Yeah, I want, all my views to show up. Yeah, I want, how do you say it? I want, people to be able to share or give it, whatever. But they know what they're doing and you can see the truth, but yet you still try to do that. You got on your platform to purposely try to make people feel bad. That's what you did. When I get on my platform and I call people out, it's because I'm calling them out because it's something they initially did to me, or I'm uncovering a satanic agenda, that messages that I've gotten to speak out. That's what I'm saying. People just do really silly stuff, and I'm already not like a people person, especially when it comes to like ignorant silly people. So it kind of annoys me on a different type of level. So we'll just say that all them little silly comments, that's just adding up for karma for you, and whatever you put out, you're gonna get it back, and you're gonna be able to feel exactly what that person felt. The most I will see to it. So that's all I have to say about that for now.